Self-care has meant I've built a slower life, one where I can celebrate all the small joys of everyday living. This is what I wanted to share with you today.
Journaling is one of those habits that I really wanted to get into and just haven't been able to be consistent with it. I just never know what to write about or when to write or anything like that, and it kind of throws me off. But what I have started doing is I write morning pages now. So that's something that I read in the book The Artist's Way. Some of you may have heard of it. But it's essentially journaling that's just stream of consciousness. So I think they're meant to write 3 pages in the morning. I write more like 1 or 2, but that's a really good start. So I've been doing that for the last month or so, which I've enjoyed, but it has meant that I also feel more confident in picking up my journal just through the day if I want to record anything. So I'll use my physical journal, but I'll also use my digital journal in my slow living planner. Because particularly when I'm writing through the day, a lot of the stuff is stuff I want to expand on a bit more, and I'm a really slow writer and find it quite frustrating, and a lot of the stuff that kind of crops up ends up being something that I write for my newsletter, for instance, so it was really handy to have it digitally and able to access it. So I mix between the both, and there is a link always to my slow living planner below because I sell the template for that on my Etsy store. But this journal is something else I did, is I bought myself a nice new journal, and I was determined if I'm going to spend money on a new journal I need to actually start journaling. But I got this off Etsy and it's really beautiful. It's vegan leather, and you have the option of putting your initials at the bottom as well, and it's just really simple, but I really like the look of leather journals, but myself being vegan, I try to avoid leather, so this was a great option, and I think quite reasonably priced. I actually got one for my friend first for her birthday. It was her 30th, and then it came and I was like, oh, that's very nice. I'm gonna have to get one for myself. So there's a range of different colours. I think this one's the forest green or just the green. I got her the light sky blue one. Stunning. So yeah, really enjoying my journaling and happy to have this as another nice little self-care habit in my life.
If I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, my go-to self-care is to get outside. This is a daily habit for me, and I now can't feel settled without it. Even if it's only 20 minutes, being in nature makes me feel grounded and connected with the wildlife around me.
Looking after our health, including our mental health, is the ultimate act of self-care. That's why I'm thrilled to say that this video is kindly sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service. As it's all based online, you can access it anywhere and at any time. BetterHelp has over 30,000 licensed therapists that can help you with a wide range of issues. It's really simple to get started, as you will be asked a few simple questions on your needs and preferences so that you get matched with the right therapist. After this, you'll be able to talk with your therapist in the way that suits you best. So this can include over video call, phone, text, etc. If for some reason your therapist isn't the right fit, then it's really easy to change and there'll be no extra charge for this. If you'd like to try BetterHelp yourself, you can use the link on screen now, which is betterhelp.com/hippie, to get 10% on your first month with BetterHelp. I've also added this link in my description so you can find it there. Thank you very much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to my self-care habits. I grew my own greens for the first time last year, and I really enjoyed it. It's actually really easy. I just grow lettuce and rocket pretty much. That's all of the seeds I had left this year, so I'm just using them up, and yeah, it's just a really nice way to have fresh greens ready to go, because I'm not a fan of getting them from the supermarket with all the plastic normally, and they're just not as nice. They're just not as nice, not as fresh, and you often get them in really big bags, and I can sometimes struggle to go through it in time before they go off. So this is a just lovely way to grow your greens, and even if you don't have much space, you know, you need a couple of pots. So yeah, it's great, and it also gets me outside, so that's a double bonus. I've really enjoyed my wee garden this summer.
For me, some of the best self-care is actually being productive. I enjoy cleaning and looking after my home. It brings a welcome sense of calm to my space. Reading has been my preferred escapism since I was a child. It brings quiet into my life, and my stresses are forgotten when I'm exploring other worlds.
As we all know, if you're not new to this channel anyway, I am a big book lover, and it is a really important form of self-care for me, and it's something that has always been part of my life, reading. there was a dip for a while when I went to university. I did stop reading for pleasure as much. I think because you're so focused on reading for studying, it kind of fell away from my life for a wee while there, but then it's come back the last 2-3 years, massively back into reading, and I love it. And I think for me it's really important to enjoy my reading. It's a great form of escapism for me, and it inspires my creativity. And I think people can fall into the trap of feeling like they need to read books that they feel they should read, or maybe other people have recommended, as opposed to what they actually enjoy reading. And I think it's very personal what you enjoy to read, and it also varies. My mood depends on what I want to read, and I used to read like one book at a time, and I'm now that person that has multiple books on the go. I keep them in slightly different categories, just to like not get confused on what I'm doing, but I'll often have like a main novel on the go, maybe a non-fiction. I'll have like maybe a classic or a children's classic at the same time, so I can kind of move between them. And I think that just makes it much easier to keep reading, because it means I've always got something on hand for whatever I'm in the mood for. And I've just finished, I love those days when you finish a book, they're very like productive feeling days, but I have just finished this one here that I mentioned getting from the library in another vlog. It's another Jenny Colgan, Sunrise by the Sea, and it was just a joy from start to finish. It's one of those books that I was instantly into, instantly invested in the characters, especially the main character. She's an introvert and she's had some issues in her life, and she's struggling with some anxiety, so she needs to move away and try and find a little bit of peace out of the city into like more of a rural setting in Cornwall. And yeah, it was amazing. And this is the second Jenny Colgan I've read, and I definitely want to read more of hers. I would say that I think I still prefer the other one I read of hers, Bookshop on the Shore, because that was about books and it was set in the Scottish Highlands, so it was more up my street. But yeah, I highly recommend that. Really enjoyed that. And I've also just started reading The Hobbit, which I've never read, and I got this beautiful edition of it from a second-hand bookstore. And yeah, and I just love it. It's just so beautiful on the inside, and I'm really enjoying it already. I've never even watched the movie, so it's all new to me. I loved Lord of the Rings when I was younger, so I'm excited to read this. But yeah, reading for me is basically life-changing. It makes me who I am, and I absolutely adore it.
Winding down for the evening is so important for me to ensure I get a good night's sleep. This means avoiding screen time and spending time on mindful activities instead, like yoga and meditation.
I am getting a bit better at meditating regularly. I've always found it quite tricky as a habit to slot into my day. I was doing it in the morning for a while. Look who's coming over. Sky. I'm talking to them when you're now in my way. Go on your bed, good girl. On your bed. Anyway, I was doing it in the morning for a while, like first thing, which I did enjoy, but I did find that I was quite distracted in the morning about things that were happening in that day, or more often than not actually quite sleepy, so I felt like it was maybe sending me to sleep more than like waking me up and preparing me for the day. So I've switched it back to doing it more in the evening, and that seems to suit me. And I think the other thing that means I do it more regularly is I only do short meditations, you know, mostly they're only 5 minutes, and that's why I really like Aura. That are my favourite meditation and mindfulness app. They have loads of stuff on there as well. It's not just a great range of like shorter and longer meditations, but they also have life coaching stories, music. It's a kind of a whole package, and it has meant that I do meditate more regularly. So yeah, if you guys ever want to check out Aura, by the way, I am a brand ambassador for them because I love them. So I always have code in my description for you to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off if you do want to subscribe to it. But yeah, I do think when I do meditate regularly, I do feel the benefits, so it's something that I am trying very, very hard to keep in my routines. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting to hear a little bit about the self-care that I do to ensure that I continue to live a slow and gentle life. Please do share your own habits below if you resonate any of these, or if there's anything I haven't mentioned, I'd love to read them. And also remember, if you do want to get that 10% off your first month with BetterHelp, there is the link in my description so you can check that out. Thank you as always guys for watching. I really appreciate your continued support on this channel, and I will see you next time.